So you've decided to start your YouTube channel, and I am thrilled to hear that. However, you keep hearing about personal brand and niche, and you're confused and not sure how to move forward. Well, then stay tuned because I guarantee by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what a personal brand and what a niche are. But I've got something even more special that will help you put it all together so you can get started on your channel right away. So, what is a personal brand and what is a niche? Well, really simply put, a personal brand is you. It's brand you and how you present to the world. So, are you a bit of a vintage sort of person, or are you a really super cool hipster? Are you a corporate person, or are you an earth mother? What is it that you project to the world that people know as you, your brand, you? Your niche is basically your area of expertise. So it might be photography, it might be gardening, it might be cybersecurity, whatever it is that you speak about or you teach or you're immersed in, your area of expertise. So let me tell you a little bit about myself that would explain a little bit how my personal brand of working with women at midlife has kind of evolved. So, as I've mentioned before, I had my first midlife crisis. Oh, sorry, my first midlife reinvention when I was 43. Yes, I'm a tad older now. And at that time, I decided to retrain. I went back to school and I retrained to become a personal trainer. I graduated, top of the class, I should add, and I started working in a great big old school bodybuilding gym in South Auckland, and I loved it. Now, in those early years, as I established my personal brand, Coluccio Fitness, I was training everybody and anyone who would let me train them. And it was a fantastic way to get experience. But as time went on, though, I started attracting a particular person, and that was midlife women who had found themselves at the crossroads of life, possibly facing empty nest, not feeling great about themselves, wanting to get healthy because they put everyone else first all their lives, and wanted to start in a gym. But most of them were quite intimidated because they'd not been there before. And quite frankly, they didn't want a young 20-something-year-old training them who didn't understand the changes going on in their body. So my niche developed as I targeted these type of people. And in fact, these people became what in business you call your ideal client. Or some people like to call them an avatar, but I really don't like that. We're talking about people here. So I became an expert in training midlifers, mainly women, a few men, but mainly women. So when my time was up in the gym, which unfortunately due to living with chronic pain, I couldn't keep working there. And if that's something you relate to, please make sure you jump back and have a look at a video I published just recently about that. I hope it does encourage you. And so I went online. And because I had a strong brand, my personal brand, Cat Coluccio, was by that point reasonably well known. I had an obvious niche of working with midlife women. I just carried that on into coaching and training and running workshops. I started the Rocking Midlife podcast, the Rocking Midlife community, and I was able to write my books targeting that particular group. So there I had a strong niche. But what about you? Now, chances are, if you haven't run your own business, you're probably thinking, this is all new to me, hearing about personal brands and niches. All I want to do is start a YouTube channel. And I hear you, but trust me, going through this exercise will really help you work out exactly what you want that channel to represent. Because setting up a YouTube channel is kind of similar in some ways to setting up a side hustle. And as I wrote a book called Your Midlife Side Hustle that recommends YouTube as one of those potential side hustles, it's worth doing this exercise because you don't know what your channel could develop into. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you are known as an amazing gardener. All your friends and family think you have the magic green thumb, which trust me, I do not have. And they come to you for advice. They love receiving veggies and flowers and things from your garden. And you are known as the go-to person. And so you've started thinking, maybe I should go online. To save everybody always asking me the same questions, maybe I could put a whole lot of videos out there that they can go see. And that would be really helpful for them. Well, that's a fabulous idea. But with such big subjects like gardening, it's easy to get confused because there's just so many different parts to it. So Nailing it down to a specific niche to answer a particular problem of your ideal client. It might sound restrictive, but stay with me because you'll find that it will actually help you get your message across logically without stress, and it will meet the need of the people that you're trying to help. So, how's this for an idea? Instead of doing gardening, the massive subject of gardening as your topic, as your YouTube channel, how about you niche it down? In other words, restrict it even more. So your niche is your expertise, but we're going to narrow it down even more to finding a particular problem that you know that people in your world have been asking questions about. And it's something that you're really familiar with. So I'm going to come up with a scenario here. How do people who are renters create beautiful gardens that can feed their families and cut their food bills? How do they do that if they have a landlord that either doesn't want them to garden and dig up their yard, or they know that their tenancy could be up at any time, so they don't want to create a permanent garden? How do these people garden? Now, let's say that this is an area that you have personal experience in. So you have the ability now to focus on that one particular problem of how renters can feed their families with a fabulous garden. And you can then create a YouTube channel and all your video content around answering that problem for those people. Finding that overlap between your personal brand and your niche is going to be a game changer. That little bit in the middle that overlaps, in this case, speaking to renters who want to create a garden, that's a little bit of gold that's going to help you roll out your YouTube videos and create your YouTube channel. And to do this, I have a special formula. I've used it with a number of my coaching clients over the years, particularly people that wanted to start a business or a side hustle, or even people who just wanted to get really clear what they were writing their books about. And it will help you get clear about what your channel might look like. And then you'll be able to plan your content out with ease. Now, what I've done though, I mean, you could write it down, you can take notes while you're watching along. Otherwise, I've popped it all on a document for you. It's down below. And then you can take a little bit of time and just have a real think about how your YouTube channel might really look. You know what's really exciting? Even though you might not even be thinking business, you just don't know. Because I know so many people who started a YouTube channel and have gone on to grow a side hustle out of it. You could end up offering ebooks, putting together a course, doing coaching with people. You just never know. Anyone from a gardener to a writer to a computer expert can take their subject, niche it down, answer a need, and find almost by accident that they've grown a business. Regardless, the world is your oyster. So let's go back to our gardener again and let me explain how this formula works. Number one, who do you want to help? So who is your ideal client? So in this case, in our gardener's case, we've established that they want to help renters who want to grow food to feed their families. Number two, what is the transformation that you're offering? Well, in this case, the transformation is that renters will be able to grow flourishing vegetable gardens that feed their families using transportable pots that keep their landlords happy and are portable if they need to move house. So number three, how are you going to provide this transformation? Well, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? Via your amazing YouTube channel featuring your incredibly inspiring and educational videos that people are able to refer to. And then down the track, you may grow that out with other resources as well. So there's the formula. It's great, isn't it? It's so easy, but it helps you get clear on who you serve, on what their transformation will be, and how you'll deliver it. What you can do then is you put it all together and it becomes your little business mission statement. A lot of professional speakers call this their elevator speech. In other words, if somebody turned around the elevator and said to you, "What do you do?" In one sentence, you can tell them exactly what you do. I help renters create flourishing gardens that are landlord friendly and feed their families. And I do that through providing educational and inspirational videos on my YouTube channel. As easy as that. If you look online, you'll find there's all sorts of different YouTube channels and you'll start to recognize that they're talking to different people. So let's take an example. There are a ton of YouTube channels out there talking about how to use social media. There are people saying Instagram's the bomb and TikTok's the bomb and Facebook's the bomb. Not so many on that anymore. But What's really interesting, when you watch them, you'll find that they're actually speaking to different people. You'll find some that are talking to online entrepreneurs. You'll find some that are talking to people in the cooking industry. You'll find some that are speaking to authors so they can market their books effectively online. Trust me, I watch a lot of those ones. And you'll find some that are for network marketers, or some that are helping bricks and mortar businesses advertise online. If you, as a channel creator, knows exactly who your audience is, who you are speaking to, who you are creating your content for, you'll find it far easier to roll out the content then that meets their needs. And I'll be talking about that in another video to come, where we talk all about content pillars. Now, you may still be someone sitting there going, yeah, look, Kat, this is all great, but really, I don't want to have a business. My YouTube channel is all about leaving a legacy for my family. And if that is you, I want to say, I love that idea. In fact, leaving a legacy is my biggest driver as well. And if you look at the previous video I did on reasons why you should have a YouTube channel at midlife, you'll notice that out of the 10 reasons I gave, only one of them was to do with money. The most powerful one was to do with legacy. But doing this exercise will help you so that your videos are organized and communicating exactly what it is that you want to pass on to the next generation. You just apply the same formula. Your personal brand is your grandma. In my case, I'm a nonna. Your grandma, or your grandpa, or nono, or papa, or whatever. And you're known as the wonderful person in the kitchen or the garden, or who knows everything about stocks trading, or whatever it is that your area of expertise is in. Who are you going to be aiming these videos for? Are they going to be for younger children, like story time? Or are they going to be aimed at your teenagers, things to learn before you really get out there on the roads? Or is it going to be for the adults in your family? Here's grandpa's gardening tips. Here's grandpa's how to fix a car motor tips, or whatever it is. So first of all, establish who your audience is, because you wouldn't be talking about in-depth family genealogy if your audience is going to be your 3-year-old great-grandchildren. Establish that. What is the transformation you want to bring them? Is it skills for living? Is it a knowledge of all the family background, where they've come from? Is it understanding how you grow all these amazing veggies and what you can do with them? What is the legacy that you want to leave them? And the how, obviously, is you're going to present all of this information via these amazing videos on your incredible family legacy YouTube channel. And of course, remember, you can then supplement that with other bits and pieces for them. Once you've established this, then you can start doing it. And like I said, I'll talk about that in another video when we dive into content pillars. But for now, I hope that I've given you plenty to think about today. I hope that you're going to go grab that formula, download it, sit and take your time, work out exactly what it is that you want to be delivering on your YouTube channel. And please make sure to like, to subscribe, to share this out. Most importantly, let me know your thoughts and what you've come up with. I'm really excited to hear what your channel's going to be about. I'll see you on the next one.